Sean also don't know.
Ah. Ouais, là, sinon, on va bouger de toute façon. Là, ça va déjà influencer.
So obviously the more complicated and precise your instruments get, the more complicated your recording methods have to be. So rather than walk around with a laptop or an iPad or a phone, Stephanie's got I don't even know what we would call this, like a little
Spectroradiometer. So Spectroradiometer.
Yeah.
Just don't walk over here.
Okay. So one of the most important things in any science experiment is establishing your baseline. So Stephanie and Eloise have their white plate here that we can see that they've just put down, and they want to get a white reading of what their ASD is seeing, and then they calibrate it. So we talk about being precise in the field and sometimes having to adapt your strategies a little bit. So Eloise just did a quick realization here that as soon as she takes the lid off of her, the protective lid off of her white reference, she was getting a lot of glare kicking back from that, and she was worried that might be disrupting her baseline reading, which obviously we don't want to do. So we just improvised quickly with a baseball cap over the top to cut down on the glare that would be kicking back off that white reference. So hopefully we are just going to get a pure white reference.
Right. We are using 1 meter 15 centimeters off the ground because we want to have a diameter of 50 centimeters on the ground. So that's why we are using it this side. But if we don't mind having a smaller diameter, we can be lower.
So obviously the closer you are, the smaller your diameter, the smaller your sample size.
Yeah.
Now, why are you looking at 50 centimeters as your diameter?
It's because of the opening of this.
No, it's because of the resolution of our satellite image.
I misunderstood the question. Oops.
That is 2 meters per pixel, but we can like punch sharp it to become 50 centimeters per pixel. And if we want to take 2 meters targets, it's like too high. So
nobody in our field team's that tall.
Yeah. So we just decided to take 50 centimeters targets.
Excellent. We can see Stephanie holding the tape measure in her hand. Eloise just passed that back to her. They have to make sure that they're exactly 1 meter off the ground. 1.5?
1.15.
1.15 meters off the ground.
Tu peux faire Alt S, puis après ça, just begin.